Alrighty, we're back. Browns franchise. In the last stream, we ended up going through the preseason and the regular season. We went 2-0-1 in the preseason. Yes, we tied somehow. And so far, as you can see, halfway through the regular season, we are repping a solid 4-4 record, which is yeah. There's nothing to really say. We're 4-4. Some days are clicking, some days we're not. I mean, if we go to our schedule, as you can see, we kind of see an alternating pattern these first 4 games where we're like just as evenly matched as our opponent. Then we kind of get a nice little 2-game win streak over these teams, multiple scores, and then same thing. We end up losing by multiple scores. So that's my big concern is we're just kind of evening out. We win one, we lose one, and like the same thing. I mean, let's go quickly check our point differential. I'm pretty sure we're going to be either at 0 or we're going to be. Okay, well, let's just do the AFC North then. Here we are. Yeah. -11. +12, -5. I mean, this division, anyone can win. I mean, this is a weird division. And looking at our schedule, we've already played Baltimore both times. And we've already played both the Bengals and the Steelers once. So these 2 games that you see are going to be, like, after this Commanders game, so week 10 and 11. That's going to be it for the division. Those are going to be our game. Actually, it doesn't look like we've played the Bengals both times yet. We haven't. All right. We did beat the Steelers, so ideally I'd like to beat the Steelers again. That way we guarantee tiebreaker. I'd at least like to split with the Bengals. Obviously I want to win. I want to win every single game, but realistically speaking, that's probably not going to happen. We're still a very young team. Outside of certain players and positions. But, yeah. In case you're curious, we'll quickly look at the negotiation status we have. Myles Garrett, he's either going to be a franchise tag or a walk. I'm pretty confident on. As much as I hate to say that, I mean, he's 30 years old, 99 overall, superstar dev. It's just going to be tough. He's going to take up so much of our cap space that I don't think it's going to be worth it for the little time he has left with us. A.J. Dillon, he is, unless he takes like a 1-year, $1 million deal, he is not coming back. Dawan Jones, I still have no idea about. He was like the only player getting trade offers for us, and we decided we're going to keep him. So I have no idea what's going to happen with him. Maybe sticks around as backup. Siaki Ika, same thing. I have no idea. We drafted 2 defensive tackles. He's currently defensive tackle free. Is it worth bringing him back? Tyquan Thornton, same team. Granted, in his chances he gets in the preseason and the limited time he gets in the regular season, he does make an impact. But is it worth it? When we could just draft a guy probably for cheaper than a $3 million. Cameron Thomas, probably going to let him walk, I'd imagine. Luke Whippler, this, in my opinion, I'd love to have him back. It just depends on if he wants to re-sign. Ronnie Hickman, same thing here. 72 overall, 24 years old. He'd be a great guy to bring back. It's just, he is such a replaceable player that for only $2 million, it's like a steal to sign him, but at the same time, like, we could also be getting someone long-term for around the same price. DeMarvion Overshawn, he's more than likely being gone. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he's more than likely gone. Viliama, Fehoko, I have not decided. Deion Spikes, I'd like to bring back. Granted, he's not even great, but Agbanya Okoronkwo, he's more than likely gone. Zach Cunningham, he's more than likely gone. And Steven Leonard, we're accepting his 5th-year option when we get to. So that's our situation right now, is this. Luke Whipler is like the only guy I really want to bring back. That, like, right now. There are other players. Tyquan Thornton, only $3 million would be great, but also don't want to give him just a 1-year deal. If I'm going to bring him back, I want it to be multi-year. Same with Ronnie Hickman, who honestly for only $2 million a year, let's just go ahead and give him a 2-year deal. We'll go ahead and give him a 3-year deal. Why not? Alright, and that's all we're going to do right now, that is. And without further ado, we're going to get right into it. Skip the weekly strategy. Oh, let's quickly show you the roster we're looking at. This is our team at the moment. As you can see, pretty solid. We do have a running back who is injured, so it sucks that he is not able to be, playing. Gil Wagner, he just got revealed to have star dev, which is completely fine. I was hoping something better, but I mean, at the end of the day, what can you do? Stuff I am curious about. I believe his name is Brandon James. We're gonna quickly check. Yeah, he played very well in the preseason. It's just Jack June also played very well. Brandon James, I had no intention on even being on the roster this year. He was a draft and trade player in my mind. We were going to draft him. 2nd round, he was a projected 1st-round quarterback. I saw no reason not to. It would be a great value for us. Only issue is we have Jack June. And, well, nobody wants him. So we're going to wait until next year. I mean, we have to. We're past the trade deadline. But it sucks because I really like the potential on him. It's just we have no need for him. As you can see, we already have Jack June, so. Another thing, we got this X Factor tight end in a trade. I think it was David Njoku or Denzel Ward who was involved in that trade. Another thing you see, Denzel Ward, we just talked about, was gone. Christian Gonzalez was a guy we brought in from a trade. And this is kind of the team we're working with. These 2 D tackles have been phenomenal for us. They're 2 rookies, both 1st-round picks. We really wanted to get this D tackle issue addressed because we have Siaki Ika, and that's kind of it. And he was on a contract year, so it just kind of makes sense. And special teams, been nailing it. Corey Gowrie doing his thing, and Cameron Dicker. At the moment, don't want to jinx it, may have just done that. He is perfect on kicking. Enough stalling, let's get right into it. Commanders winless. This is a great chance for us to start momentum after, a lackluster 2 weeks. Going into 2 divisional games. This would be amazing, but at the same time, trap game potential. And they take a 7-0 lead, 7-2, 9-7, 14-9, 16-14, 17-16, 23-17, 26-17, 26, 24, 28, 24. They need a touchdown. They don't get it. We hold on. 28-24. Ooh, that was a good game. like I said, great chance to build some momentum. Jack June, I'm pretty sure that's his first 300-yard game of the season, maybe in his whole career. 26 for 37, 334, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Sam Howell also played an amazing game, but we're not here to talk about you. A.J. Dillon sucked. Roman Yancey, in his limited carries, did something, I guess. Receiving, Christian Watson, 4 yards short of 100. Cedric Tillman and Tyree Spears had great games. Tyree Spears also 4 yards short of 100. So did Freddie Tolliver also. A lot of really dominant in terms of like who the receivers were. All of them except Christian Watson getting a touchdown and Roman Yancey 1 for 5. As you can see, really just targeted the 4 starting guys, the tight end and the wide receivers. Blocking lies, Bill Wagner allows 4 sacks. A.J. Dillon allowing 1. Okay, Bill Wagner. We might have to get that looked at. Douglas for loss, Jeremiah Bassey, Myles Garrett, Sean Foster. No sacks. Martin Emerson with the interception returned it for 10 yards. Cameron Dicker perfect on field goals and extra points. Punting, Corey Gallery, 59-yard average. We forced a bunch of kickoffs. Well, I mean, that's not a good thing. But solid returns by both guys. And punt return, Tyree Spears did a solid job with his return opportunities as well. Like I said, this is a great opportunity for us, especially now that we want to kind of, hopefully, because there's no guarantee we do this, use this to get momentum. I believe after that Steelers game is our bye week, or maybe there's one game after. I'd love for us to just win out going into the bye week. Now, Willie is another question. Yeah, we have the Broncos. I figured we'd have another one. This is a big game. This is for leader of the division. And this Bengals team is going to be tough. You see, they got 99 overall, Joe Burrow, who it's showing their receiving yards for. Looking at them, their offense is top tier. Their defense is lackluster. Meanwhile, we're kind of bad/mid in every category. Well, let's get right into it. Division game. Leader of the division on the line. Granted, it's only, week 10? So we still have a lot of game to go. But the big issue is if we lose this game, it means, I don't know how tiebreaker's going to work. And it means we'll be 2 games, well, 1.5 technically. 2 games at the moment. We take a 7-0 lead. We're just kind of trading possessions. 7-3, 10-3, 17-3, 20-3, 20-10. Don't let them come back now. They're coming back. They came back. Did this game just end in a tie? Or did we win? Oh my gosh, we've tied twice! This is the second time in 2 years the Bengals have tied, and we've tied twice this season if you count the preseason. Oh man. Jack June, 25-39, 260, 2 touchdowns and interceptions. Rushing, A.J. Dillon did a solid job. Roman Yancey did enough. Trey Sermon even got involved a bit. Receiving, Cedric Tillman, 9 for 92 and a touchdown. Tolliver and Watson did their thing. Watson getting a touchdown as well. Freddie Tolliver and Luke Whipler allowing the sack. Myles Garrett getting sack and half. Martin Emerson's getting a half a sack as well. Kicking, Cameron Dicker was perfect. Punting, Corey Gallery, 61-yard average. Well, this is going to be huge now because I feel like there's a good chance, assuming I don't know how this is going to affect us momentum-wise. I was not expecting a tie. That was the last thing I was expecting. We do have 28 staff points. I think we're going to go on a little spending spree. Get something for the defense. Boost power move for defense. It ends by 1. Let's go ahead and buy that. That leaves us with only 1 point. Just enough. This is going to be a very interesting situation for us now. Because of that game. Prospect Spotlight. I am excited to do this. We'll go over the team meeting rivalry match though. Because that Bengals game, now, there's a chance that affects who wins the division. Well, because that'll be a tiebreaker thing. Complete the sweep of the Steelers. The Steelers have this game marked on the calendars. Players will have 5 break tackle and play recognition. Recognition. For the game. So, let's quickly take a look at our roster. See what position we should be scouting. In my opinion, I mean, we just re-signed these guys to long-term deals. That does not mean anything, however, though. When I say long-term, I mean 2 years. This could very well mean we could find someone, because I believe inside offensive lineman or defensive end, which I think defensive end we need to be looking at, because, or outside linebacker, because we don't really have many of that too. Oh, we're missing our outside linebacker. We have one. I forgot he's on IR. Never mind. Is he able to return? I think he has to wait 1 more week. Oh, he still has an. I think we have to wait 2 weeks after he's officially uninjured. Because Madden, their IR, I believe, is 8 weeks. We'll do the spot. Jeez. The prospect spotlight. Curtis Weber. Oh, wait, that's what this is. I thought this. I don't think we're going to be doing that. We already have great safeties. I thought. There it is. Focus player. This is what I was thinking it was. I mean, these 2 guys right here. Definitely one of them we should take. I mean, let's right now select you, get you finished off. Same with you. And I think we're going to go with you. Alright, those are the 3 we're going to do. Hopefully get them finished off. We'll check back next week. Big A versus Steelers. If we win this, we confirm the sweep, which will be a huge momentum boost, which also means if we finish with the same record, which I don't think is going to be possible unless they also have a tie, we'll have the tiebreaker. They start off with a touchdown. It looks like we had a turnover on downs. 14-3. They are dominating. It looks like we had another turnover on downs. And we just got destroyed. We got mollywopped. What happened? Jack June. 19 for 30, 156. They had their fullback throw a pass. What the? Nothing good came out of the running game. Receiving 50 yards was our top guy. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Sacks allowed. Evan Neal, Gil Wagner. You guys need to get it together. Myles Garrett with 2 sacks. Cameron Dicker was perfect punting. 48-yard and a half average. Oh, jeez. Well, that sucks. That was our big chance to kind of like get something on the division. And, well, we didn't. Because I don't know how Cincy's going to do. Maybe they lose. We're going to be going up against them Broncos now. We have to do the recap on our rivalry match, however. And a new injury. I didn't even see this. Uh-oh. Tyquan Thornton's out for the week. So is Damon Young. However, Barry Milstead is going to be missing 2 games. These 2 guys are going to be back, I believe. Or not. Tyquan Thornton, Damon Young. Barry Milstead really sucks. Legit the first overall pick, I believe, unless that was the other guy, which I don't think it was. I could be wrong, however. Let's go to the lineup. Under Siege, I gotta be careful about opening this. Yeah, he was definitely our first overall pick. I mean, the 3-7 Broncos. Granted, we lost to a team who was 3-6. The Bengals did lose. I knew we had a chance to do something there. Week 14 against the Bengals, we're gonna have a. I mean, blame the offensive line. Extra preparation for those two. Those two, you guys are. Oh my gosh. We're gonna play this game out. We're gonna take a look at how things are going during the bye week. We'll also be able to look at the playoff picture. Conveniently enough, week 13. You'll love to see that. And yeah, 5-5-1. This is going to be a big thing if we're above 500 or below 500 going into the bye week. 10-7, we settle for a field goal. We settle for another field goal. That really sucks. 21-7, 21-14, 28-14. We won 28-21. Whew. Jack June, 82.6, only 190 yards, and no touchdown pass. I mean, Jack, you guys throw touchdowns. I mean, the rushing game did everything. We got all 3 of our touchdowns, it looks like, from that. No receiving touchdowns. No one really stood out receiving-wise. Evan Neal, Kenyon Green allowing a sack. Isaiah McGuire getting 2 sacks. Sean Foster with the interception, didn't return it for anything. Cameron Dicker, perfect. 61.5 average. And solid punt returns. Nearly 10 yards per return. Alright, that's huge. 6-5-1 going into the bye week. If the Bengals win, I feel like we have to beat them next week. Did they already have their bye? Yeah, they've already had their bye. So, if the Bengals have 4 losses going into our game against them, so they have 2 chances to lose. I feel like we're going to have to win that game. Baltimore loses, so this is legit a tight. This is a tight race for everyone. I mean, we gotta stay grinding. Oh, we're gonna be tired coming in the next game, though. Playoff picture, in case you're curious. We do not find ourselves in there. Baltimore at the 7th seed, and we're right behind Baltimore, so they have the tiebreaker. Well, I think they just have the better record because they're 6-5. We're 6-5-1. I feel like there's a great chance that whoever there's a chance that only one team from our division will make the playoffs. I feel like this is going to be like that NFC East team that one year. I don't know if you guys remember where the Commanders won and they were like 7-9. And everyone else was like 6-11. I feel like it's going to be that, but everyone's going to have a winning. I feel like this is going to be like the NFC or excuse me, the AFC North in real life, where every team finished with a winning record. However, only one team's going to make it. And that's going to be the division leader or winner, I should say. Let's look at our stats. Passing wise, we've definitely turned it around. Rushing, we still are abysmal. Defensively, we're doing not great. I'm going to take a look at the individual stats. Only 3 interceptions is amazing. But the issue is also 17 touchdowns. Rushing, I mean, nothing is really going well for us. 4 touchdowns for Dylan and 3 for Yancey is a great thing. Brandon James, I forgot, was 1 for 4 with a touchdown. I mean, Cedric Tillman, he might get 1K. It's going to be close. I could see all our guys being at 1K. It's going to be a close one. It's really going to depend on how they play to finish the season out. But like I said, I mean, you see the starting 4 guys, the 3 receivers and the tight end. Those are the dominant ones. There are 4 touchdowns and then 3 for Tolliver. They're really spreading these touchdowns out. And look at receptions. Besides Tillman, 43, 44, 44. Sacks, this is a big thing. Gil Wagner has allowed more sacks than games played so far. Evan Neal is right there. Kenyon Green, 4, it's a bit high, but it's okay. And then 2-1 is understandable. Defensively, 18 tackles for loss is our leading one. How many tackles total? Sean Foster, 96 is carrying. He might get 150. I doubt it, but he's going to be close. Curtis Noble is also 68, doing a great job. Sacks, 6.5 for Barry Milstead, leading us. Myles Garrett, Jeremiah Bassey, Isaiah McGuire, and then a few half sacks. Interceptions, we really stepped it up. Like I said, we only had like 2 interceptions or 3 going into like the end of the last stream. No one had double digits. Martin Emerson really stepped up. Sean Foster, I see getting interceptions as well. Kicking, Cameron Dicker still perfect. 56-yard average for Corey Gallery. 24-yard average on kick returns for both guys. And then 9-yard punt average. I think after this week as well, we will be able to bring back that outside linebacker, which will be a huge thing for us. Yeah, he can return. Welcome back, Carl Murray. Unfortunately, I think that means we do have to cut someone. And that is going to be Zach Cunningham. I'm sorry, Zach. You were a temporary guy. That's all I really planned on you being. If someone else happens to get injured, we'll more than happily bring you back. But at the same time, it's pretty messed up to be hoping for that. We have a 99 overall quarterback. We need to be bringing a pressure. get 3 sacks on defense. I don't think that's going to happen. Unless if Isaiah McGuire and Myles Garrett pop off. Wow, the Ravens with that win jump up to the 5 seed. So I wonder what Kansas City's looking like. They're 7-5, so yeah. We're next team in. But like I said, the Bengals, they have 4 losses. In my opinion, this is, if we are looking to win the division, this is a must-win game. We do not want to be, because winner of this game has the tiebreaker since we tied. If we tie again, I don't know what the tiebreaker is going to be. And if the Bengals win, they will have a 2-game lead over us with 4 games to go. I actually think it's going to be 2.5 because we'll need to have the better record than them if we finish same record. So if they lose 2 games and that's it, they would have the tiebreaker over us if we are to lose this game. They started out early with a touchdown and force a stop and get another touchdown, stop us again. We get a field goal to respond. 21-3, yeah, we lost. 21-10, maybe not yet. 24-10, it's not. Okay, it's over. 31-17. Now, in my opinion, we're playing for a wild card. Granted, I'm not ruling anything out until, you know, the end of the season. 17 for 29, 202. Once again, Jack Jude, you need to score. You can't keep having these 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions game. You got to put points on the fucking board for us. You aren't going to do shit having good completion percentage. You aren't. Why are we struggling to score every week with you? You might have by far the worst touchdowns in, like, not the worst, the lowest amount of touchdowns. We're going to check after this. Trey Sermon went 2 for 3 and a touchdown. We cannot be relying on the run game to score us points. 3.2 average was our highest average. 36 yards was our highest rushing by an individual. We cannot be relying on that. David Bell led us in catches. Cedric Tillman barely beat him out for receiving yards. What is David Bell doing? Well, where is Christian Watson? He injured? Luke Lipper allowing early. That was amazing. 1 sack allowed. Barry Milstead, Myles Garrett, we didn't even get 2 sacks. Carr Murray with an interception in his first game back. Welcome back, by the way. We cannot be relying on the special teams and the running game to win us games. Especially not against a 99 overall X-Factor quarterback. Evan Neal, get your pass protection up. I don't even care if it doesn't do anything. You are allowing too many sacks. I forgot last season to do the offensive line thing. We're going to do that again this season. Don't worry. If you don't know what I'm talking about, at the end of every season, or we're supposed to at least, we upgrade 2 offensive line. 1 per conference up to Superstar or Star Dev. We never do X Factor because there's nothing for X Factor besides more XP. The way we work is it is whoever allows the least amount of sacks. You have to play 1,000 yards or 1,000 downs, 1,000 snaps. tiebreaker is whoever plays the most snaps. So if two people with 0 sacks, for example, whoever played the most snaps gets it. If there's somehow, some way a tiebreaker for that, it goes by dev trait. Whoever is the lowest one will get it. If somehow, some way they're tied for that, I have no idea what to do then. That loss really sucks. Now we're vying for a wild card spot, and unless if Kansas City, Baltimore, or the Raiders end up losing, that's going to be tough. I believe the only way we can win the division now is if the Bengals lose out, or excuse me, win one of their final 4 games. So they need to pretty much lose out, and I think we're going to need the Ravens to lose 2 games. So it ain't looking good. I forgot to negotiate with players during the bye week. I was going to do that for a few players. Yeah. We'll go ahead and give Tyquan Ford a new offer. I mean, this is a solid offer. I'd sign Sayer if there's some way to improve this, how this team aligns with my interests. I guess basically he's saying unless if he is interested in signing with us, he is not going to, no matter how much money we offer him. Which, fair enough, I guess. Dawan Jones, with how bad these tackles have been playing, honestly. I mean, this is a lot of money to pay for backup. Well, this is depressing. Dude, you're just gone. Oh, actually, we offered him worse than what he's even asking for. Whoopsie. Alright, this is going to be a tough one against the Saints. Before we get into it, though, we are going to look. Chiefs won. I don't see the Raiders. Let's go to AFC, though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, that's just... No. 5, 6, 4, 7. Yeah. Sorry, people coming into my room. Chiefs and Chargers. That's a potential for us. Eagles, Ravens. Another potential. Oh. Well, we're going to be playing this first play, I guess. We'll fair catch it, don't worry. I'm not going to rig it. Alright, we end up with a goal line stand. It looks like we did that twice. Let's go, 20-17, finally getting a win. Jack June, nearly 70%, threw 1 touchdown. One interception as well. Kenny Allen. I mean, he had a pretty bad passer rating and 3 more touchdowns. Come on. AJ Dillon got a rushing touchdown. Freddie Tolliver getting the lone receiving touchdown. Christian Watson had a solid game. Gil Wagner and Luke Whipler allowing the sacks. Stephen Letter getting 2.5. Barry Milstead getting 1.5. Isaiah McGuire getting 1. Kicking was perfect. Punting, 43-yard average is not great. And then 7.5 punt return average. Well, we are what? 7-6-1? 7-7-1? 7-6-1. We're at the tie disadvantage, which sucks. I think this is going to be, yeah, Stephen Leonard. I doubt he gets it, but we're gonna hope. Alright, looking at the remainder of our games, I think we're able to see Buccaneers, Jets, Colts. How good are they? Colts are 6-8, so Jets are also 6-8, and Buccaneers are 4-10. And for us, it looks like the Chiefs really beat the Chargers. Are you kidding me? 1, 2, 5, 3, 6, 4, 7. Realistically, I don't think we want to lose another game. I think maybe we can lose one more if we want the playoffs. But the only issue is we're at the disadvantage at the tie. Like I said, 9-7-1 does not beat 10-7. So we gotta hope these teams lose, and we have to hope we win. I mean, hopefully we beat this Buccaneers team. They're 4-10, so I mean, if we're going to win, none of the teams we're playing has a winning record, so this is going to be our best chance to make a push. Better late than never, but at the same time, we may have waited a bit too long. Tampa Bay already 14-0, 21-0, or 17-0. Yeah, we got dog walked this game. We got destroyed. Alright. Jack June scored 2 touchdowns. That really sucks. I mean, this is one of his better touchdown games. Once again, the rushing was abysmal. The receiving, Tyree Spears was like the only capable one. Christian Watson did something, I guess. Cedric Tillman did get a touchdown. Tyree Spears also got the touchdown. Blocking, Gil Wagner, Luke Whipler. 1.5 for Milstead. Bassey with 1. Half sack for Christian Gonzalez. No interceptions. Kicking was perfect. Punting, 55.6. Then 12.5 punt returns is pretty good. This sucks in terms of our playoff opportunity. Our only chance now is winning out. I mean, theoretically we could lose one more game, but also speaking, right now, it depends on how the other teams do as well. But more than likely, we have to win out if we want playoffs. Is the best way to look at it. We did not get the breakout. Before going into the next game, let's spend some staff points. We'll wait until next week though in case we somehow get more. I don't know how it really works. I mean, do we have enough for 2? Go ahead and double down on that. Puts us at 0. I feel like it's better to improve that than wide receivers. Alright, week 17. 2 games to go. A loss pretty much ends our season. We'll do all our negotiations next week. Heck, I don't even want to look at the playoff picture. I just want to, until, like, if we lose, I'll look at it. But if we win, I'm not looking at it. I want it to be a surprise if we make it or not. I don't want to know the pressure. They take a 7-0 lead. We get goal line stuff. They take a 14-3 lead, 21-3, and they win this game. And that, they win 35-32. That's our season right there. It's mind-blowing how this is our best opportunity to, like, make a push, is with every team having losing records and we have lost to them every single time. Are we just, like, able to beat the good teams but lose to the bad ones? Are we just, like, the bad thing for good teams? Jack June with a rushing touchdown. I mean, Cedric Tillman went off. This was Cedric Tillman's career game. And it's not going to mean anything. Well, I suppose this does kind of help because I now view it as a stress-free Week 18. This is now for draft positioning. And realistically, we did what I wanted. 7 wins, 7 that's going to write an end to our season in terms of playoff chances. Granted, like I said, if everything did go right, we still do have a chance, but I just highly doubt it did. I mean, the special teams are the only ones with upgrades. With no staff points or anything, we're just gonna go ahead and negotiate with anyone at this. See, this neutral offer is just too much for me. We'll offer it, and he could just be a trade. Alright, he accepts. Now, will he actually be on a team come next season? I could not tell you. Alright, we get Tyquan Thornton back too. I guess people are just kind of opening their hearts up to us. What is happening? I think this is going to be it for people we bring back. I don't think anyone's going to be able to afford him is the thing. I think Myles Garrett's going to be a tag and trade. For the time being then, if that's the case, we're not even going to do that. $5 million for 1 year is way too much. I don't think we're bringing back anyone else. I think this is the team. We'll offer a neutral to him. If he accepts, he accepts. Alright, sweet. Cameron Thomas is back. But this is going to be the team we're rolling with. We'll accept Stephen Leonard's 5th-year option. We'll tag Myles Garrett and trade him probably. Well, with one final game, let's watch it. Do we finish with a 500 record or a losing record? No matter what, we can't win. We can't finish with a winning record, so there's that out of the question. But we could at least end the season off with a bang, or quite the opposite. 14-7, they immediately score. 14 all, 21-14, 28-14, 28-21, 28 all, 31-28. We win 31-28. We didn't see the season potentially. Like I said, there's still a chance, but we're gonna find out next week. We're not looking at the free touchdowns. There we go, Jack June. See, running game still was bad. Christian Watson 2 touchdowns, no sacks. Cameron Thomas just extended him, gets the only sack. Cameron Dicker finishes the season, assuming we miss the playoffs, perfect in field goals. Alright, let's head to next week. We do have 40 staff points, so I think that means we lost. And we're out. And yep, we did not make it. We do have some staff points to spend, so we'll go ahead and spend those before we end it. I mean, we're at 60 now. Alright, there we go. We're going to keep both the coordinators around for another year. View the playoff picture. The Raiders ended at the 7th seed, Bills at 6. So, how well they did is, we're going to find out now. Chargers, Bengals, Patriots, Jaguars, Ravens, Bills, Raiders. Yeah, we would have needed 6 losses, and we finished 8. Texans and Chiefs barely missed. I don't think had a chance going into week 18. It was just kind of for fun. Contract extended. They gave me a 3-year, $5 million. Thank you, I guess. We're gonna go ahead and, in my opinion, we should get a few Pro Bowlers. And when I say a few, I mean I think both our special teams guys deserve it. Maybe not Corey Gowie. Cameron Dicker definitely does. I think that would be it, honestly, is special teams. Maybe you make a case for one of our cornerbacks because they're so good. Alright, who's going to be repping the Super Bowl for both sides? It's going to be the Jaguars in back-to-back years. And the Packers. Dang, the Bengals got blown out in the first round. Well, at least we got to see this. I mean, alright, Pro Bowl. We do not end up with any specifically at AFC, by the way. So sorry if I missed like any former players of mine. We do get the kicker, so that's cool at least. Last year we only got one Pro Bowl when it was the kick return, or it was a return man. So any former players of ours? Grant Delpit. Good for him. Anyone else, however? It does not look so. Alright. Gonna head to the re-sign phase. We're gonna see who, we're gonna see the awards, see if we get any. I'd imagine we get best kicker. Then we're gonna go to the staff league. Joe Burrow wins the league MVP. We do not have anyone. Coach of the year is gonna go to Brandon Staley. We are not in there. AFC wise, Josh Jacobs wins it. We don't get anyone. Defensively, TJ Watt. Doesn't look like we have any. Offensive rookie is Nick Conrad. Doesn't look like... Oh, no. We got Roman Yancey there at 4. Defensively, Barry Milstead gets it. Jeremiah Bassey down at 5 as well. Best QB goes to Joe Burrow. Jack June finishes at 10. Barely makes it. Running back, Josh Jacobs. We definitely don't have any. Wide receiver, Joshua Palmer gets it. Cedric Tillman finishes just at the bottom at 10. O-lineman, Jake Sheets gets it. No one for us. D-lineman, Percy Thomas gets it. We don't have anyone. Oh, no, we have Barry Milstead at 10. Best linebacker goes to TJ Watt. We don't get anyone. Best defensive back goes to L'Jarius Sneed. No one. And best kicker is Cameron Dicker. And in the NFC, in case you are curious, Brandon Ayuk wins it. Micah Parsons, Devin Fulton, Brian Miller, Brock Purdy, Saquon Barkley, Brandon Ayuk, Chris Lindstrom, Micah Parsons, Brian Burns, CJ Gardner-Johnson, and Blake Grupp. Alright. Who is... We'll look at the, Barry Milstead. Well, he definitely wants to start Ev. We'll go ahead, advance to next week, and then the week after. We're keeping our staff guys, like I said. I don't see the reason to fire them. The Jaguars win 35-14 back-to-back, and Trevor Lawrence back-to-back Super Bowl MVP. Upgrade players, these are going to be our practice squad guys. Let me quickly go to manage staff, make sure it didn't fire any of my guys. Sweet, they're both there. Let's view the retirements now. AFC North, Mike White's the only guy. Trey Turner, Lucas Patrick. We'll just scroll through. We'll acknowledge anyone who was on our team during the series. Or anything I find bizarre, like Trent Brown on the Rams. Find that bizarre. Matthew Judon on the Broncos, same thing. Kirk Cousins as a free agent also surprises me. Alright, there's everyone. Final thing we're going to do is the re-sign section. We'll also look at mock draft 3 before we do that, actually. We are gonna probably pick at like 15. I know I have no way to prove it, but I just predicted that perfectly. Wide receiver Tyrese Edwards. I don't think we're going to be going receiver, but I would also not rule that out. I just don't think it's a first round pick need. Myles Garrett's down to 97 star. Accept the option for Steven Leonard. Myles Garrett drops it down to only 2 years. I could see us bringing him back now. I mean, granted, what would that do? We're at 91. That would drop us to 60. That's 30 mil. Alright, he'd like to play for a new team. We're going to franchise tag and trade you. Don't worry. We'll deliver on your wish. And for everyone else, I think it's going to be goodbye. Alright, Siaki Ika returns, but yeah, that's gonna do it. Alright, we'll advance one more time. Myles Garrett drops down to star. That's gonna affect his trade value, and I understand it, because that one actually feels realistic. Tyro Larson ends up calling it because I guess he didn't re-sign with someone or something. We're not going to take a look at the free agents. That's going to be for next episode. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to explore a Myles Garrett trade. I mean, that's a damn good offer right there. We don't really need it. They're all offering safeties. Ooh. I mean, first round picks. 2027. It's this year. So, we're getting some 2028s. Azeez Ojulari would be a fun one. We could honestly probably move him down to replace. But also, a 24-year-old X-Factor safety is very tempting, but we do have Curtis Nobles. We're going to do Azeez. Something I do want to check as well, devs ups, dev downs. Roman Yancey either had Superstar or got discovered as Superstar, which is huge. I mean, him and Carl Ruffers, I hope, will make a great duo for years to come. Barry Milstead is up to Superstar Dev. Greg Newsome regresses. Christian Gonzalez regresses. Well, I'm going to call unrealism, and I am going to bump them both back up. Why are they obsessed with regressing my cornerbacks? Doesn't look like anyone else went up or down. Maybe Cameron Dicker went up. I don't know if kickers do that. We will check. Oh, did I advance 1 week too far? Is it gonna still show stats? It does. Alright, remember. Ooh, sacks allowed. Ooh. Oh, can for a minimum of 1,000. Alex Kappa barely beats out Jake Sheets. That sucks. Quinn Miners. Oh, he would have been us too, I think. Yeah. It's not necessarily over though. If Alex Kappa has Superstar, he doesn't. Congratulations. Alex Kappa, Superstar dead for you. And 8 NFC Wise. 1 sack. 1,000. Nope. 1,000. Why Teller doing his thing? 1,065. Nope. 1156 for Chris Lindstrom. He already has Superstar. Dang it. I just did all that for nothing. 1,060, or I think it's 1,065. Bruce Cummings. Unless he already has Superstar. He doesn't. Oh, he's only 23. Giants are getting a good one here. This is going to be huge for them. Right. There's the alignment for those devs. Congratulations to you people. And final thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and see if Cameron Dicker or the other guy, I forget his name. Nope, Corey Gowry. Both stay star. Or star and superstar. That sucks. One final thing. I know I keep saying that. We're gonna. Is it depth chart? Am I able to see how Aziz would do at? All right, Isaiah McGuire's right end, so. Perfect. We're gonna put Aziz at left end. It's a bit unconventional, I know. Another thing I need to see is his stats and contract. If he's on a 1-year deal, I'm gonna be pissed. Contract, 5 years. He's on the 4th year of his contract, and he has 5 years. So we do have 2 years of him. But I also don't know why I'd be pissed. I got him in a first for Myles Garrett. So granted, he is worse, but he is cheaper. And gave us a first as well. Dude's an 86 overall at his position. Alright, this is a pretty solid team we have going into next year. Mason 83 overall. Oh, Brandon James has star dev. Should we look at seeing a trade offer for him? Would anyone want him? Yeah, why not? I have no idea. If not, I actually do not oppose to keeping him for a 2nd year. If no one wants him, yeah, we're not doing that. He's staying on our roster for another year. We'll wait for him to... Unless if, something changes by next time. But this is going to end it. I will see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed, because I actually had a great time, even though we missed the playoffs. Next time, we'll go over the free agency and the draft. And yeah, bye. Hope you enjoyed.